Horses from one of the worst Yunnan troops in history became a postseason team. It's just a season, and this also proves that Horse's weakness. It's not about the ability to lead the team in Canaan. Young teammates around him are also growing, and the team is more reasonable. CC showed extraordinary leadership. He is not the strongest in the league, not the best striker, not the top defender, not the one who has entered the top 5 of the MVP, but when he experienced 28 defeats, CC's eyes are still firm. He was the general of Chongqing before college. In the 3 years of the NBA, make him stronger. He is also the what level? Is it still necessary to make up for the current Horses? Follow this video. Let's take a look at the end. Let me tell you what I think of Horses. I think the new season, they are a team with a top 4 in the East. They will be in 3rd place in the competition with Magic, although ESPN, the forecast for them is the 8th in the East. There is still a step back from the last season. I believe that Horses will face ESPN. This is not a blind guess, but based on the comprehensive performance of Horses in the last season, in the summer, and the characteristics of the team, an analysis of the regular season of the last season, we can ignore it. The victory of the postseason is a pity. They are in the journey of the postseason. The formation is very suitable for their style. As Kanan said, their best form is the underdog. The opponent grabbed the rebound and launched a quick attack. Horses is the general team with a general young and energetic group. Although it is not a good defensive midfielder, but it is a trustworthy rebounder. The overall shape of the team is enough. Not afraid of changing defense. It can also be quickly blocked on the midfield, causing the opponent to make mistakes. Facing a team with excellent single-player offensive ability, Horses also have defensive resources that can match. Although Ausar Thompson's overall defensive performance is not as good as Amen, he is another kind of beast style. His defensive pressure is very strong. He just needs to increase the offensive method of the offensive players, the judgment of the offensive habit. His single defense performance will become a monster level. And CC, he is a good defensive player, can provide all-round defensive supplementation. Other young people are also extremely hardworking. Their defensive performance in the regular season of the last season. Part of the reason is the state of the Magic. In fact, they are really out of the weak team. The feeling of having a postseason team is still in December. At that time, Horses was not only an improvement in win rate, but they began to relax on the scene. Not only not slow, have their own rhythm. It's not just relying on CCE as the offensive developer of the team. Even if you love it, you don't have to worry about the resumption of the season. You don't have to worry about building a basic team. There is a bottom anyway. Not to mention the CC at this time. You already know very well. He is a player in the top 15 of the league. Most of his weaknesses in the first 3 years. He also solved 80% of it during the postseason season. The sample is not big. Horses' defense is worthy of praise. And their counterattack ability, especially the CC push conversion ability, is worth acknowledging. At that time we can be sure Horses will build one through strong external pressure, is defensive and collective rebound, with a fast-changing style of active team. And this style is also very suitable for regular games. The improvement of Horses in the last season not only has CC credit. Attack 3 old and small black are also very important. And in the summer they only left Harris in the 3 old, but also came Dang Luo and Lever. These two people are very suitable for Horses. One is a good starter, can bring better offensive space for victory. And Lever is one. You put him on the substitute. In the advanced stage, he is a very good type of player who is good at being a stabbing player. He is a player who can greatly improve the depth of the Horses bench. And Horses' theoretical first 5 is CC, Iway, Ausar, Harris. Harris is still a very reliable direct choice. The key is that Ausar's growth will bring a different surprise for Horses. Horses is a standard body type, plus the highest athletic talent of the alliance. But he didn't cast a threat. At the same time, he is not like his brother Aman. Has shown the charm of organizing the potential of the front. The defensive end is trustworthy. The offensive end. He will add a certain amount of possession. He needs to know how to use his own athletic ability. The ability to take the second shot to do the article. And he needs to contribute on the front bench. At least be able to make people. The second bounce of Ausar is even more powerful than Amon. His problem is that the team is clear about his positioning at the offensive end. And he is not smart enough to show some spirituality about the offensive end. However, during the postseason, he is still very bright. Especially the performance of ambushing in the spirit position for many times. And Ivey. I think he's got a stomach of fire. It's not easy for any young man to struggle with his brothers in the postseason. Ivey's performance in the field that he can appear in the season is not bad. The average data is also very pleasing. But because of the only 3 games in the first half of the season, it is not easy for him to make a comeback in the second half of the season. I don't want to take this data as his real level. Although I said this, it's not so confident. It's Dolan and Jose. He is irreplaceable. The biggest problem is that the ball is not enough. He doesn't have to be so good at the offensive end. But he needs to provide good cover. Have the ability to understand the opponent's defense change. To grasp the chance. He can now eat the cake. But it looks very rough. The defensive end is even more so. He can increase his height. The power is excellent. It's good to have a good show. And the mobility is also excellent. But there is no enough defensive impact. If you want to make the opponent afraid of defense, it's even more scary to be a bad boy. Anyway, this kind of short ball player, even if the data doesn't look good, his defensive end is definitely a good role. Of course, his rebound efficiency is still good. As for Holland, in the last season, he gives people the feeling that he is energetic. Great body. Very energetic. Can have great potential on the defensive end? There is no headshot on the offensive end. Still relatively head-to-head. And we find that Jose now plays a kind of young man. They are still far ahead of their own peak period. As long as they are who can improve another level. It is also a great help to the team. It is also a great help to the team. And there are also a few of these young people. Players who can provide independent scores. Including Harris, Ivey, and Lerwile. This kind of internal and external structure. The balance of configuration is not too obvious. Although there is no very strong star. It is also the ability to think that they have extraordinary strength. Jose's core is still Cunningham. He is also a member of the only party in Jose. I mentioned in the previous video. Mimi puts CC in the 8th and 12th positions of the league. Personally, I think the 9th to the 11th are also acceptable. In the last season, CC was also put on the list of the most underestimated. We are not difficult to find in the current ranking. Everyone also pays great attention to CC. The new season is another test for CC. In the first season of Jose, it's just that people think it's hard. Now they will definitely get more attention. It is also a team that the opponent will study seriously. CC in the postseason. It can also be explained by the high defense of Nikos in the face of the future. CC can only be said to be a line talent in the last season. It can't really prove itself. To really prove himself, he needs to lead the team to at least the semi-final of the division. The team also needs to reach more than 50 wins. He also needs to enter the best lineup. 2 points or higher. After this summer, CC has obviously become more solid. He showed stronger impact in the 2 games of the preseason. Coordination has also been improved. The defense and mentality of the preseason. There is not much reference to the meaning. The targeted defense of the regular season is the beginning of the test. It's just that from the preseason. Seeing CC in this summer. It's in shape and agile. There is a pain in the neck. Also in line with what he said. Jose's strongest form. Grab the rebound and push the rebound. In the past season. Based on the data, CC has done extremely well. I think the new season of CC. It doesn't need to reach the same data as in the past season. He can be a little weak and focus on personal efficiency. Smart empty position, they can affect the game in many ways, and CC also needs to improve its interception efficiency. Its impact is there. In the face of OG's defense, its impact on the interception brings positive and negative effects. I think the requirements for the new season of CC are not just All-Star, but also to fight to enter the top 5 of the MVP, and to get the best second place in the lineup. I estimate that Horse's final record is 52 wins and 30 losses, ranking 3rd in the East. Of course, I am a little selfish. CC is my favorite player, and he naturally has a greater tendency. Lee Xin said, I think he is a good player. It's a team with the same level of magic, but it all depends on the healthy and harmonious situation between each other in the regular season. For CC, you can rest assured that he is a player with a strong mental attribute that I have always valued. This kind of player will only make them stronger no matter what storm they go through. Brothers, this is this video. The video is not easy to create. I hope you can pay attention and like it. Thank you.